One of the staples for Saturday TV viewing in the 70s for kids was Sid and Marty Krofft's Land of the Lost, airing in the afternoons in most markets. It was the perfect ending to Saturday morning cartoons. This live-action show ran between 1974 and 1979, but it would stay on most kids' televisions for years in reruns. Out of the Krofft shows of the 70s, Land of the Lost was their biggest and became a cult classic as kids grew up and would keep the memory of the show alive. Sadly, not much merchandise was released from the original show. A board game, a lunchbox, this bag of crap right here, and a few other items that all kids had in the 70s to show their love for the show. Throughout the 80s, the show would still be popular thanks to syndication. With the long success of the show, the Kroffts looked to reboot the series in the early 90s. Now we've crossed the line, fallen through time, living in the land of the lost. The show wouldn't be a continuation of the original series, but focus on a new family. However, in early stages, there were plans to have an adult Holly, the young daughter from the original show, return as a bridge between the old and the new. However, that was dropped before the series went into production. The new show would focus on the Porter family, that was made up of the widow father named Tom, the teenage son Kevin, and his young sister Annie. The family found themselves trapped in a strange world after their Jeep Cherokee, which they refer to as their truck, falls into a time port while exploring their back country. Like the original show, many viewers believe the family traveled back in time, but it's more like some other world. Just like the show from the 70s, the planet they're on has 3 moons. In this strange new world, the family meets Christina and her monkey-like human friend Stink. In the original draft, Christina would have been played by the adult Holly, with Stink being Holly's monkey friend from the original series, Chaka. The Porters would live in a large treehouse that the family built after realizing their tents was not safe for the local dinosaurs. But the dinosaurs wasn't all the Porter family had to worry about. Just like in the original series, the family had to deal with lizard-like locals called Sleestaks. They would also find Tasha, a baby dinosaur that they would make their family pet. The reboot show would premiere on Saturday mornings on ABC and last for 2 seasons, ending in 1992. Nickelodeon would pick up the show for reruns and air them until 1997. To help promote the show with a line of merchandise, the Kroffts reached out to Tiger Electronics. They released a Tiger handheld game, of course, and under their Tiger Toys logo, a board game, and a pretty massive action figure line right out of the gate.
Annie, Krista, Tasha, and Kevin are being chased by Shung.
He's still behind us.
I've got you now, human.
Oh, no, you don't.
Ugh.
One down, but here comes Scarface. And Tasha's ready for it.
Run for it!
Your history, Shung.
No!
Land of the Lost action figures from Tiger.
8 action figures would be released in the figure set, along with the dinosaur, 4 talking action figures, a talking doll, 6 action figure accessories, and 1 role-playing toy. The human figures were the father, Tom Porter, the son, Kevin Porter, the daughter, Annie Porter, and the mysterious cave girl, Christina. Also released in the line would be the monkey-like friend, Stink, 2 Sleestaks, the leader Shug, and his right-hand man, Nim. The Porter's pet dinosaur, Tasha, would also make it into the action figure set. The line would also release talking figures that talked thanks to a speaker on their backpack. Teenage son Kevin would say such thing as, "Run, it's Scarface." Talking daughter Annie would say classic lines such as, "Let's go, Tasha," and "Look out, Sleestaks." The talking cave girl, Christina, would say things like, "Christina fight Shug." The fun, lovable Stink would say things like, "Give me a high five," "Stink hungry," and more. Also released was electronic T-Rex known as Scarface. It had flashing red eyes, moving head and arms, and it roared. In the accessory line, there was the Boulder Bomber to help fight the evil Sleestaks. For the Porter family, you had their treehouse playset, a pterodactyl glider. The Sleestaks leader had Shug's lair. There was also the SSS Frisco, a sailboat for the action figures. The Porter's family Jeep Cherokee, that the family always referred to as Truck, was also released in a line, but labeled as Landmaster. An electronic crystal sword was also released for the role-playing fan. And to complete the Tiger toy line was an ugly Stink doll. Although many believe the show was a reboot to cash in on the Jurassic Park craze, the show and the toys were canceled before Jurassic Park was released in the summer of 1993. If the show and the toy line held on for just a little longer, they probably could have picked up some views and sales thanks to the dinosaur craze that followed the release of Jurassic Park. Overall, Tiger Toys went all out. The action figures were well done, and they have a lot of play value thanks to the many accessories released with the line. Even with its short one-year release, every major character got a toy, leaving toy fans of the show able to have most of what the show had to offer. Sadly, the show was never able to capture that magic that the original 70s show did. Sure, there's some kids that grew up in the 90s that loved it, but for the most part, it's been forgotten along with its toy line.
That flower can suck it! Did we go back in time? And space.
Drink it in, guys. Maybe the only alternate universe you ever experienced. It's a world of monkey people.
Friends?
Smells good.
In 2009, a movie based on the original series was released and was a box office bomb, and went on to win Worst Picture and Worst Remake of 2009 at the Golden Raspberry Awards. The film, although tried to be funny, it just wasn't, and it stayed away from its 70s TV roots. If the movie had claymation dinosaurs, while poking lighthearted fun at the 70s show, much like the beloved Brady Bunch movie had, I think the movie would have worked a lot better. Well, that's a look at the TV show and toy line for the remake of Land of the Lost. Let me know in the comments below. Did you watch this remake? Did you have the toys? Did you even know about it? Let me know that and more in the comments below. And until the next video, thumb up so you like my content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.